For the second part of our homework number 4, I will start off with the solution I uploaded on Blackboard for homework number 3. Okay, and specifically for this part of this homework, I would recommend you to download the file I uploaded on Blackboard, because we will see that when we tag our structural elements, as we can see here. For example, we have this tag over here, right? So I edited the tag in such a way that it's easier for me to tag our elements. So for example, if we use the default option, we will not get the 3 number 8. It might be something slightly different, so I already edited the family in a way that will be easier for us to tag our elements. Okay, but it's up to you. If you feel like you can do in your project and edit the tags by yourself, just go for it. Okay, so first I will start detailing our beam. I will go to my level 1, the structural, and this is the beam I have. So I will go ahead and create a section, view, section, like this, and I will double click on my section. There we go. And now I will get the scrub region and just put the limits near the beam, and I will hide EH, everything I don't want to see. Okay, let me give some details and some colors, and let's see what is the scale. 1 inch, 1 foot, 1. Okay, and now I will tag my element. Annotate, tag. Okay, and I usually like better to use the free end to tag. I just feel it's faster. We don't have to add anything later. So as soon as I select it, as soon as I put it, I see that I have a number 8, which is the type of my rebar, and 5, which is just a number assigned to this specific kind of rebar. But this is not actually what we want. We want quantity and number. Let's see what we had before. Type and number. Oh, sorry. Our type is 5 and our number is number 8. So we'll go to quantity and number. I believe this is not the default option for Revit structure. So if I remember well, I edited so we can get this format we have here. And I'll just do the same thing. Click here. Okay, and now I should change to number 7s, 3 number 8s, and I'll do the same with my styrub. And for this type, I want the quantity type, the quantity, the type, and the spacing. Okay, just like this. And I'll tag the actual beam, 12 by 24, and I'll now just insert some dimensions. The width of the beam, my clear cover, and the height of the beam. I believe this is it. Yes. And let me adjust the crop region now so we don't have to do it later. And I will hide. Okay. So this is my section 5. I will just rename to beam cross section. Okay. Now let me go back to my level 1, and now we will um, define the cross section for my column. So there are two ways we can do it. We can either duplicate the view or we can create a callout. It's up to you how you want to do. In this project, I will just duplicate my level 1 and I will rename column cross section. Okay. So as soon as we duplicate our cross section, we see that we can't see the ties of our columns. So if we go back to level 1, we can see, but if we go back to the level we just created, we cannot see. This is because we need to change the way we're seeing specifically in this view here. So I'll go down and I'll check view unobscured for the structural plane I'm on. Okay, and it should show something like this. And let me put the crop view now. Oops, actually it should be this one. Yes. And I will adjust in such a way that I'll try to see just my column. Okay, let me select that and EH, oops, should be EH, just so I can hide everything here, and I'll see only my cross section. So we see that this is actually part of the longitudinal rebar that is bending in the footing. If you go back to our 3D view, what we are seeing is this over here. Okay, so this is because our view range of our project is seen. We are actually seeing below level 0. So if we press VR, as in view range, okay, the bottom part should be 0. You see how it's -4 here? Just change it to 0 and we should be fine. Yes. Okay. Now I will tag my elements here, just like I did with the beam. So we see that the text is too big. That's because we need to change our scale. Let me delete and create one more time. Okay, and this should be quantity and number, 3 number 8s. Oh, and instead of like clicking here, we can just press TG. Here. And here. My stirrup, sorry, my tie, and my actual beam. So let me select these and I'll change the quantity and number, and this one should also have the spacing. Okay, now insert the dimensions, pressing DI. And let's see, I believe that is it. Yes, so let's adjust the crop region. Okay, so my column is done. Now let's see, what else do we have to do. Okay, let's do the footing now. Let's go back to level 1 and I'll create one more cross section for the footing. Let's go to view section and let's get cross section that goes like this. Double click. Okay, I will drag my crop region here. Let me give some details and colors. Let me hide all of that. EH. Actually, let me get that and put it down like this. EH. Okay. You see, this is our structural wall. I don't need it, so I'll just hide. Okay, so let's see what we have here. Okay, so let's tag. Again, the text is too big, we need to adjust the scale. And here I want to show the spacing for that one and for this one. Okay, like this. Alright, let's see, yes, and now I just need to insert the dimensions again. Okay, and this time, okay, let's see. Yes, one more here showing the like this, and I'll move this dimension a little bit this way, and let's adjust the crop region, and my footing cross section is ready. So now we don't just need the footing plan view. So now I will duplicate my level 1 again, and I will rename it as footing plan view, for example. Okay, and actually let's go see our levels. Let's get the base of the wall duplicated instead of the level 1. It's going to be easier. Footing plan view, and I will delete it. I'll just press delete to delete it, and base of wall, which is the level foundation, the same, duplicate. Okay, footing not cross section, plan view. Okay, let's give some detail, let's get some colors, and now I'll press VR, and the cut plane I'll do minus 0.6. Okay. I just used a negative number because, for example, if we have a cut plane of 0, we will be cutting exactly on this level, so I just want to cut a little bit below it so we can actually we don't see anything that is above the level base of wall or the level foundation. So going back to the footing plan view, now I will select all of my rebars, structural rebars, okay, and view visibility states, footing plan view, I need to check view unobscured, okay, now I can see it, and now I will edit my crop region. Let me hide the grid section. Actually, we have this section here, so let's leave it. 1, 1, okay, hide the grid, and now I can tag all of my elements here. Okay, that's not quite where I want. Okay, like this. You can choose this one or the other one. Doesn't change anything. Okay, and let's tag that. Have that? Yes. Put it to number. Okay. And let's dimension now. Okay, this. Put on the other side. Okay, and now we'll dimension just how much this is going further into my footing. You can see that we cannot select this line. Let's try the other way. From here to here we cannot select it. So sometimes we cannot select the snap point here. So what we do is we create a detail line. If we go to, let's see, is it annotate? Yes, detail line. And I will create a detail line over here. So now we should be able to get, yes, so now we can get the line up to here. Okay, and let's see what else we have. Just the center to center distance here. Yes, and also let me add it this line and put up to here. Okay, so this is our footing plan view, right? So let me adjust the crop region now. Again, I'm putting here, here, and here. Okay. So now we have everything, we basically just follow the same procedure as we did for the architectural part for to print. So I will not be repeating this procedure here. You guys just do the same thing as we did in the previous video about the printing, and you should be good.